Hey guys, happy Halloween. I'm not doing any Halloween nails though, but happy Halloween. We're gonna do something cute. And her other hand is not all the way done, but it's close. Close enough, y'all. And thank you guys for sharing the live. Those of you who are tuning in from Facebook or YouTube, thank you so much for sharing the live. Make sure you comment where you're watching from, and all that good stuff. Give me a second. I'm going to share the live before I get started. And I know you guys are tired of Chrome. Like, I've been doing Chrome like crazy, and I know you guys are over it, because I have no business doing 60 sets of Chrome for you guys over and over and over again, because that's what I've been doing. So give me a second, y'all. Welcome. Make sure you comment where you're watching from, what time is it, where you're at. Don't forget to check us out on ctones.com. We are doing a goodie bag sale this weekend, so you know, get in on a goodie bag. I promise you guys, we got enough. Maybe. I hope. Alright, y'all. So I have shared, yep. And so we're doing some hot pink. As you guys can see, I already got the pink popping. This is what we're going to do. They look a little basic right now, so of course I'm going to do a little bit more later. And I have soaked off her nails from the previous set, and I'm just doing a quick swipe with a fine sanding band. Her nails are very much so dehydrated because they were sitting in acetone for so long. And I'm going to leave her natural nails alone. They will grow. Her nails grow extremely quickly, y'all. So I'm going to leave her nails alone. And I'm going to be sculpting today. This out of the way. So I will be using some extra long forms. So I'm going to apply 4 of the forms before I apply primer. I got primer today, y'all. I didn't have primer my last couple lives. I'm not sure if my last couple lives are available anymore. I upgraded my Facebook page to like this new page experience. Facebook invited me to check out just the new updates for business pages, and yeah, so I updated it, and I wasn't really like too blown away. I thought it was cool. Like, the new layout looks good, and like I get what they were trying to do. I thought it was cool, but there were a lot of features that I felt like would prevent my growth. And although my Facebook page, it now has over 260,000 followers, so it's been growing, and it grows on its own now. I don't have to put in as much work as I once did when I first started the page, but I still like to put in my own branding and marketing work. And so I play with the Facebook algorithm, and I don't do it professionally. I do it using, obviously, my own page. So there were some features that I feel like are very, very important to branding and marketing on Facebook, and through a Facebook page, and those features were gone. So after like a week, I wasn't really feeling the page, but I was going to get used to it. But after a week, something popped up, like some notification or something popped up, and it was like you can switch back to your old page experience. So I was like, oh, cool. So I switched back. I clicked the little button, and it allowed me to switch back. But then some stuff was missing, like some my lives were missing, like all of the new content that I posted since I changed that I upgraded the page. Anything that I posted since then is not on my page anymore. So I went live about 4 or 5 times. Most of those are gone. Did delete myself some of my videos. But yeah, so it sent me, once I changed the page, once I switched back to my original page, it showed me this quick little pop-up that was like, okay, you have now switched back to, your original page. If you want to switch back, do X, Y, and Z. I did not pay attention to that. And now I do not know how to switch back to the new page experience. And then I'm Googling it and all this other stuff. But currently the page update is by invite only. So I'm gonna have to be re-invited by Facebook if they deem me worthy again to use the new page. So I'm back on my own page, which is cool because I know how to work it. I know how Facebook works with this one. But I'm glad I at least got a sneak peek of the new page, because now I'll know what I have to do to keep my engagement up and my audience watching. But I'll be learning how to do that without the different the little different things that I was using to advertise and market and brand and all that good stuff. So hopefully Facebook, when they reintroduce it to me, hopefully they do, but hopefully they'll do that a little bit differently, or add some of those pieces or whatever. But I'm still learning like algorithms, and I'm still learning YouTube and stuff like that. And even like live, like I wasn't able to go live on Facebook for some weeks, and I didn't even realize until a couple of days ago exactly why I wasn't able to go live. So I just fixed it so that I'm able to come back on Facebook. But yeah, y'all, so I'm working on being like a social media guru, because if 2020 has taught us nothing else, it's taught us that if your business is not online, you need to make sure you put it there. As I feel like that's the only way that, we're living in the age of technology, so businesses that didn't have websites, I would imagine, suffered tremendously when COVID first hit and everybody had to first shut down. So social media presence in any business, it doesn't matter what you do, social media presence is important because everybody's on social media. You can't guarantee that everybody's going to listen to the radio or watch TV or pass a billboard, but for a fact, every single person right now, if they're not on social media themselves, everybody around them is. So social media is definitely extremely important as far as just making your business grow and making your business recession proof or COVID proof. You have to go from making your money in person every day or at the store every day, in the salon every day, to finding some type of way to keep your income going from home. That's what we are learning. So as a nail tech, what I do is I do videos. The videos have allowed me to be a COVID proof nail technician. And my business, my nail supply business, is COVID proof because my nail supply is online. Now, if I did not have an online nail supply and C-Tones was a storefront, then we would have suffered. Maybe not tremendously because we do have a social media presence, but if we were not solely online and we had relied on sales that come from the public walking in every day, you definitely would have suffered when COVID first happened. So, social media, I don't like it personally. I'm not a fan of just the whole thing. I don't know. I'm a hermit. So, I'm really just not a big fan of social media. However, this is my job. Like, I work here. So, because I work here, I'm here. I show up to my job occasionally, and this is my job. Now, if I could deactivate my pages without affecting my business and my branding and my marketing, I absolutely would. But I gotta be on here. So for those of you who have me as a friend on my Mickey Nails page, you guys are no stranger. I don't go to my inbox. Very, very rarely do I even read comments. Personally, I find a lot more solace and peace when I'm just not engulfed in social media. That's just what it is. I feel like everybody is kind of that way. I think a lot of people need social media breaks, and sometimes we don't know that social media is what's causing us to, be depressed or anxious or bothered. We're just watching people. We're watching people post the best parts of their lives, or even parts that don't even exist, but to you they look like, an amazing life. And on social media, you literally can be whoever you want to be. If you want to be George Bush today, like, you definitely can just download some pictures and create a profile that says you're George Bush, and you could just sit there and post George Bush quotes like, it's so easy to just be in this fake world and just get engulfed in it, and then it will hinder or harm or hurt your real life if you don't know how to, or if you're not mature enough, or if you just haven't mastered yet just how to shut all that off, how to not compare yourself, how to love yourself, how to look at things realistically. Yeah, that's stuff that social media kind of gets in the way of. Sorry, y'all, my form is crooked, but I'm working it like it's not, like I did the other day. But yeah, so all that to say, social media breaks are necessary. Unfortunately, I can't take a social media break, so I just try to engage as little as possible. And so I do miss out on a lot. I don't even watch the news. I don't listen to the radio. I don't read newspapers, anything like that. So I'm not always current, up to date on what's going on in the world. And I've learned that it's okay to not be up to date. It's okay to disconnect. It's hard to disconnect, but it's okay to be that way. It's okay to spend time with yourself, enjoy your own company. It's okay to scroll through your Facebook page and you see somebody posting something crazy and you be like, that bitch lying. And then it's okay to say that and then log off because you're over it. So, yeah, just a little mental health tip. If you're just really, really going through a lot, and for me personally, I know that I need a break from social media when I start getting too sensitive. I'm not much of a crier, so when I feel the urge to cry, I really, really like to explore that urge to see why the hell do I want to shed tears right now. But I'm noticing that sometimes I'm just too exposed to the world. Sometimes there's just too much going on, and it's bothersome kind of deal. So, like June I wasn't on Facebook a lot. We had a huge thing with Black Lives Matter, June, July, and I got to the point where I'm tired of watching black men getting killed. Like, I'm tired of seeing it. It doesn't make me feel good, and it sucks that when it happens, I gotta watch it 50 times. Like, that's not normal. That's not okay. And it's not something that I want to do. So I had to separate myself from my social media, because how do you turn that off? It's not easy to just scroll down your timeline and see what you want to see. So, yeah, there goes my social media spiel, guys. But I love you, and I try to be here as much as possible. And I know that if I continue to do what I love, and I continue to congregate with people who also love what I love, then I'll be happy. And social media can't affect me that much. I try to make this into a good experience for me and you guys. And I'm using a size 14 brush, by the way. By the way, all of my colors, as you can see, are from ctones.com. As always, my forms are from Koopa, and the pinky nail that you guys just saw me do, my form was crooked, and I'm sorry that I was lazy and didn't fix it. I instead worked with it. Oh, guys, I lied. This is not my number 14 brush. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot my number 14 brush at home. So this is this is actually my 17. And I always enjoy a bigger brush. They pick up bigger beads and hold more liquid, and so I'm able to really do what I want to do. Now, with shorter nails, this big brush is not ideal. But when I'm doing long nails and I don't want to use 50 beads, then the bigger brushes, like a 16, 17, 18, even as large as like a 20, 24. But don't be intimidated by bigger brushes, guys. I know, like, in school, we're taught to, like, start with the 8. I know I was taught to start with an 8, and that was, like, the worst advice they could have ever given me, because an 8 is just an unrealistic brush to use when doing a full set. And you're going to be picking up a really tiny bead. You're not going to be able to hold much product at a time, so it's going to take you 50 beads to, complete a set, which is not cool. So yeah, don't be afraid of a bigger brush, trying out something bigger. Me personally, I can't go backwards. Like, I was teaching my students with a number 12, and so I was using a number 12 because I was including a number 12 brush with my students' kits, but then it was just like, oh my God, like, this number 12 is annoying. Like, this is making my job take much longer. So it's hard to go backwards. But a bigger brush, I wouldn't even say a bigger brush is harder to use. I just think naturally we're just intimidated by the bigger number, or we see other people using bigger brushes. And guys, like, acrylic application looks easy. When it's done correctly, it looks very, very easily. I was a victim of thinking that I was going to just be super popping in the acrylic world because I've been getting my nails done and I've seen them do it a million times, and it can't be that hard. But it's a lot more difficult. Not impossible, it's just a lot more difficult than professionals make it look. But if you are a professional and you're trying to up your game, try out a bigger brush. You might literally just change your entire career. So I'm using neon pink today. It does glow in the dark. I'm using just pink neons. I'm just ready for summer to just go away forever. I'm ready for the sun to just take her little hiatus. It has been getting cold and I have been complaining, but I'm going to stop because I'm ready for the sun to really go away for good. But, when the sun starts going down, I do get a little bit, I miss it a little bit. So I'll bring out some bright colors. So we're going to do some hot pink. And then November is tomorrow. So November will be when I will be putting pastels back up, y'all. So we're gonna have some more pastels by C-Tones. I know some of y'all been waiting. Our pastels, neons, glow black, very, very hard to stay on the shelf or stay in inventory, but I promise you guys, Black Friday is going to be lit because Black Friday should be canceled. Like, going outside should definitely be canceled. It's bad enough a lot of people are like still going to be partying and congregating with families, which is normal, but yeah, these numbers are not looking prettier in the COVID world. And so imagine everybody going to hang out with their family members and all that stuff that they haven't seen all year, and then inevitably catching COVID and then going out at midnight the next night and infecting all the people that they bump into and run into and just see and touch. Like, Black Friday and social distancing is impossible. But like I said earlier, C-Tones is an online store, so we are we're COVID proof as far as walking in goes. You cannot just walk into C-Tones, but we are open 24 hours online. So C-Tones will definitely have a beautiful Black Friday sale going on. I've been working on this Black Friday sale for months, y'all. So last year was our first Black Friday, and we didn't bomb it, but I know what we're capable of. So this year we're in a different position, and we are very excited to have a different Black Friday than last year. And also, we're still going to participate in Cyber Monday, because that's our day anyway. If you can still consider us a small business, so Small Business Saturday will also be throwing some deals your way. But yes, if you are waiting on those pastels, Black Friday, November in general is the month for you. And we have some glows. We're going to launch another sale again this year. For those of you who have been in our nail tech group, for those of you who have been following me, supporting me, last year in November we lost a nail sister, and we did some sales and other things, but we definitely kept her in our hearts and minds and on our spirits. So we again will be having an anniversary sale for Mighty Soul. So for those of you who knew Mighty Soul, or who helped us donate last year to Mighty Soul's family, I truly appreciate you guys, and I hope that you guys will join us this year to just show some love. And above all things, first we need our mental health check, like I was speaking on earlier. We all need a mental health check, and it's important that we all know the state of each other's mental health. And if we don't know it specifically, I always have this thing where I say, like, there's student drivers. And so you see a student driver on the road and you see all the stickers on the car and you're like, okay, that's a student driver. That's why they're driving dumb. That's why they're cutting people off, whatever. That's why. So people have more patience with student drivers because they understand that they're students. So in life, I feel like I shouldn't have to display that I'm a student driver or that I'm going through something, because everybody's going through something. I shouldn't have to put that on display for you guys to treat me as if I'm going through something, or to treat me as if I'm human, or I shouldn't have to put all of my life on display for you to respect me or to have patience with me. So treat everybody as if they are a student driver. If they're on the road and they're having a bad day and they're pissing you off and they're swerving in your lane or whatever, try to treat those same people like student drivers. They shouldn't have to tell you that they're going through something. Everybody's going through something. Somebody shouldn't have to tell you that their family member just passed and that's why they're having a bad day. We should naturally try our best to have that kind of patience and that love and compassion for each other without them putting their business and their mental health on display. I want us to share and I want us to talk and I want us to help each other through things, but also everybody's not suffering in public. Most people are suffering in silence. And so what I've learned and what I am continuing to practice on, based on last year's events, is that I'm sorry, y'all, I kind of getting a little emotional, but it takes a lot for a person to stop and put themselves in your shoes. So if we just kind of put ourselves in other people's shoes and kind of let go of, okay, I know I'm going through something, but think, okay, other people are going through something, I think that we can make 2020 a little bit better going forward. When it comes to suicide, I misspoke when I said that I felt like we failed. Suicide is not, it's a personal battle. Like, it literally doesn't have to do with other people. It's a spiritual battle. It's people who are left behind, it's nobody's fault. And it's important that when this happens, we remind ourselves that suicide shouldn't have to happen, or attempted suicide shouldn't have to happen for people to be like, oh, are you okay? I love you. Let me check on you. Like, I don't want to have to lose somebody just for me to check on my family members. I don't want to have to lose somebody for me to check on my friends. So, especially in the nail world, I'm really talking to my nail tech sisters for real, because we are going through this together. In the nail tech world, I've tried my hardest to build safe spaces for us to talk and for us to vent and for us to be human. But there are moments where a lot of us are a lot more silent than we should be. And I hope that you guys trust me enough to know that Nail Tech Techniques is a safe space for you to have a moment, for you to just be a nail tech, for you to be upset with a client, for you to be upset with a boss or whatever. It's a safe space. Now, I'm not telling you that we are going to jump on the bandwagon and be cussing out people with you and all that stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But if you need a little bit of extra push and a little extra support, a little extra love, let us know. Nobody's judging you. Nothing is allowed to leave the group. I really want you guys to utilize that safe space, because it bothers me. It will always bother me that we lost a member that a lot of us were in contact with or close to, had conversations, personal conversations with. So it bothers me that we have this group that had thousands of members in it at the time, and one of our members was not feeling her best self, and it went unnoticed and it went unchecked, and a lot of us didn't check, including myself personally. And we lost her. And then after losing her, we found out that a lot of things were left unsaid, and a lot of things we could have had better conversations about, or we could have been more patient with each other about. But after that, hindsight is 2020. So all that I could do now is hope and pray that you guys continue to help me create Nail Tech Techniques to be a safe space for nail technicians, nail lovers, and for us to have a group, not just as sisters, but also our nail brothers, our nail homies. Just a safe space for us to be us, and for us to be creatives, for us to be artists, for us to be sensitive, for us to get stronger. So November is that month for me. So I know that, we have our domestic violence month, we have breast cancer awareness month, we have autism, we have all these different months that means something in a different light. But at the end of the day, like, all 12 months need to be dedicated to what's important. And so I'm not going to wait until Suicide Awareness Month, and I'm not going to wait until Mental Health Awareness Month. Like, I don't want to wait until all that stuff. I want all 12 months for us to rejoice, to enjoy life, to love each other, to check up on each other, and to be a little bit more empathetic towards one another. I don't want us to pity each other. I just want us to get stronger. So, so Marisol, her story, her family, very near and dear to my heart. For those of you who don't want to donate, or who do not donate directly to me, I totally understand. I do have Marisol's family's information. I do still keep in contact with her son, and if anybody would like to contact him or send him love or send him personal donations, please feel free to contact me, and I will pass your information along to him, and I'll allow him to take control of that. But I do definitely love him, and I definitely continue to check in with him. He's a very, very blessed young man, and he's very, very strong, y'all. And that's really all I can say. But what I can say and what I've learned throughout this year of just getting to know him is that not only, are the people who are suffering from mental illness, they're suffering, but also the people around them are suffering just from watching them suffer. I know that my parents have watched me go through things that they literally just had to watch me suffer. They couldn't help me. There was no magical words that they could say, no magical deeds that they could do to make their daughter feel better. It's just they had to watch me suffer, and they had to just be there and suffer with me and be patient with me as I was going through something. But now I look back on those really, really hard times for me, and I can just imagine how hard it was for my parents and my siblings and the people around me. So don't just check up on the people that are going through something, but also check up on the people around them, the people around you. Try to kind of make conversations less about your problems and more about solutions for everybody. So that's my spiel, y'all. I know I've been going off on a tangent since the beginning, but the year's almost over, y'all. 2020's been shit, but the year is almost over, and we have a lot of reflecting to do, and we are still in a dark zone where we don't know what's going to happen in the future. A lot of us still are unemployed. I'm still trying to make ends meet, still trying to figure out what this is going to look like for your holidays, your Christmas, your family. I totally understand that. But I hope that what 2020 is teaching us is just to slow down. slow down, calm down, and then love each other, because it takes one bad day or one crazy virus that no one knows where it came from for us all to be living in different times and unsure times and uncomfortable times. Look at that, y'all. But again, I thank you guys for tuning in and watching with me. I don't, I do go on tangents now. Y'all know I go on tangents, but I don't often speak on like extremely sensitive subjects, such as suicide awareness and mental health awareness. I always want you guys to know that I'm here and I understand. But it's a sensitive topic for me to talk about as well. So you guys just know I'm here and I love you, and I'm Mickey Nails, but I'm human. I'm literally just a regular person. I got 2 kids. I got a million siblings. My dad is a Rolling Stone and my mother is a boss bitch, and I'm just a regular black girl from Los Angeles. I'm just a regular person, and just like you, I still have my bad moments. I'm currently shaking myself out of a rut and just learning a lot more about self-love. I think we all know about self-love. We all have the capacity to love ourselves, but we're just not taught specifically about loving ourselves and accepting ourselves and forgiving ourselves. And one thing that a friend told me or asked me recently, because we were talking about my terrible dating life and my trashy love life, and she's always telling me how my husband's in another state. My husband in another state. My husband is in another state, and I think that my husband is nowhere. I don't think that he's out there, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And my friend does not want to hear that shit. She's like, we don't get you a husband. Da-da-da-da. So she asked me a series of questions like, what do you want? What don't you want? Da-da-da-da. And honestly, I don't have good answers for none of these questions that she be asking me. But a question that like really struck me, and I think about it every day, when she was trying to like assess what kind of man I needed, she asked me, are you loving yourself the way you need to be loved? And I mean, my pride would be like, yeah, I love me, ain't nobody better than me, and da-da-da-da. But in reality, the question hit so hard because I'm not. I haven't been, at least. And how can I expect somebody else to give me the things that I need and to love me the way that I need to be loved if I myself am not doing those things? So it's important that we assess what we need and we give ourselves what we need before expecting somebody else to be efficient in loving us when we're not even efficient in loving ourselves. So I really, really hope, well, not hope, I know that if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, if it's not getting on your nerves and you don't mind hearing it, I know that you are hearing it right now for a reason. And I definitely hope that it changes something in your life for the better, or it changes somebody else's view on love and all that good stuff. I mean, it all boils down to we all have to love each other. But if you don't love yourself first, then I don't want none of what you giving out. Like, if you can't make a pie at your own house, don't come over my house and try to make me a pie. Like, I need you to get your stuff together first. So that is what my friend has been teaching me, is to just what I want and what I expect I need to be. And so if I want to be taken care of and I want to be treasured like a queen, like, it starts with me. I have to do all of that. I have to stop putting everybody else first, as hard as that is to do. As women, we're natural nurturers and we naturally put ourselves behind other people's care, but self-care is literally the best care. Self-love is the best love. And everybody who I know knows me when I tell them I put myself before my kids. I do. The reason why is because if I don't make sure that I'm okay, if I don't make sure my mental health is in check, if I don't make sure that my village is intact, I can't be a good mom. Like, I just can't. I can't give them what they deserve. They deserve the best part of me every day. And now that's not realistic, but it's a goal and it's something that I want to do and I want to give them, and I want to be emotionally available and mentally available for my children. And I can't be that if I'm going crazy, if I'm stressing out, if my blood pressure's high, if I'm having anxiety attacks. Like, I can't be that. I can't be a good mom doing all of that. So I have to take my breaks. I have to have my moments to myself. I gotta go sit in my car sometimes. I gotta go take a ride to absolutely nowhere, just fill up my tank and just drive. I have to have those moments. I have to disconnect for a second and get myself back intact, because you can't save nobody if you're in the grave yourself. So the worst thing that I could do, and I have felt like this, my daughter is 8, and my daughter's father passed away before she was born. And I have this thing, and it's not the best way to think, but it keeps me in check a lot. If something happens to me, and especially if it's something that was preventable, and I die, my child will be an orphan. My daughter will be an orphan. And I just can't, I can't let my baby be an orphan. Like, her father didn't get a chance, and if I have a chance to do things the right way and be as safe as possible and be as healthy as possible, like, that's my job. I have to do that. I gotta do double the work, because at the end of the day, I'm the parent that my daughter has, and so I'm the parent that I have to take care of. So, just a little insight. Y'all know I don't be beating my kids. Y'all know I don't be beating my kids and starving my kids. But I do have to stop sometimes and put myself first. Because if I don't and I go crazy, then yeah, that's not going to be fun for anybody, especially my babies. And then that just defeats the whole purpose of being there for people. And it is holiday season. I think what I want to do this year is I want to do like I don't want to do anything on the day of anything. Like, I really don't want to do anything on Thanksgiving. I don't want to do anything on Christmas. I want to do maybe like a little backup day, or like a makeup Christmas, or like a makeup Thanksgiving. Like, I want everybody else to go crazy on the day of, and I want us to just relax that day, stay in, enjoy, nobody bothering us. And then a couple days later, or the weekend after, then we do a Thanksgiving, or then we do our Christmas. Like, I'm totally down for buying a Christmas tree on December 26th. I'm down. I just feel like the holidays are really, really stressful, and it just defeats the purpose of the holidays. I just think that they're extremely stressful, and if I could give my family a break, like, you know what, we're not going to open gifts, we're not going to go crazy for these kids, we're not going to hyperventilate trying to put bikes together on Christmas Eve. Like, we're just going to wake up, acknowledge that it's Christmas, give each other our hugs and kisses, and then go about our day. And then a couple days later, then we'll have festivities when everybody else is pooped. But y'all know my black family. That doesn't sound realistic at all. My dad is going to do the absolute most for Christmas this year, and Thanksgiving, actually. So yeah, it's unrealistic for me to think that my parents are going to skip a holiday. I don't know. I'm going to try it, though. We'll see how it goes. I'll post the screenshots of them cussing me out. Y'all already heard my mom cuss me out the other day. I don't think the live is on Facebook anymore, but it is on YouTube. So Y'all heard my mom cussing me out the other day. My dad got his house. My dad is bought his first house this year. And so my siblings and I have decided, because it's dad's first year at his house, we're going to spend the holidays at his house. You know, it's his first year, right? Any year after that, they don't even matter. But the first year, a little bit different, because, you know, that's how it goes when you buy a house. You got to host all the festivities or whatever. So my mom is not happy that we're going to be going to dad's house for Christmas. She doesn't want to split time. She doesn't feel like it's fair, although she spent like the last 15 Christmases with us. She doesn't feel like it's fair. She's not happy about it and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try without getting cussed out. I know my daddy might not cuss me out, but my mom will. But yeah, I'm gonna try something different for the holidays. It's 2020, like we can't go outside. In Los Angeles, trick-or-treating is banned. I don't know how it is where you guys are, but they are not allowing no trick-or-treating in Los Angeles. So tonight we're just gonna bonfire at dad's house. Y'all know my brother just got out, so I gotta go get my brother and spend some time, family time, inside. I would say scary movies, but no, my kids aren't into all that. My brother is not either, so we're just gonna, I don't know, do some bonfire, hot chocolate maybe. I don't know what we're gonna watch. I don't know. If you're watching something special for Halloween, if there's a tradition you do, drop it in the comments. I might take it to my dad's house tonight. And thank you so much to those of you who have been sending me stars. I did not say thank you last time. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you. Stars is just another way of supporting me, helping me continue to do what I love, and have the equipment to do what I love. It's just like leaving me a tip. So yeah, so I definitely appreciate those of you who have been sending me stars. I love you. I know it's a little to you, but it means a lot to me, for real. So thank you for my stars. Thank you for those of you who are sharing my lives, sharing my videos. I do have a video that I want to post today, since it's Halloween. So I will post my little Halloween nails for you guys. I did purple and green. Not my nails, but Halloween themed nails. So I will be posting that today. So make sure you tune in later and watch the video, share the video. I think Thanksgiving is the last Thursday of the month. I think, yeah, it's usually like the 27th, 28th, and the last Thursday of the month. Like, America's still getting it together, y'all. We're still getting it together. Like, I noticed that on the calendar, they're starting to say Indigenous Peoples Day in addition to Columbus Day. which I feel like is very respectful, but I feel like the ultimate respect would just be just taking away Columbus Day altogether and just calling it Indigenous Peoples Day. But I just live here. My ancestors just built this place, so what do I know? But yeah, I have noticed that it looks like America, I'm not going to say it's getting it together, because we sure the hell are not. But we're making some, subtle changes. People are finally admitting that they've been lying to us in our history books and, to our children. So Indigenous Peoples Day just passed earlier this month, and then we're doing Thanksgiving. The purpose of the holiday and the spirit of the holiday is, of course, very much so valid. But we're not celebrating like pilgrims or nothing, because we all know that those were the real savages in history. So that's what we're not going to do. But shout out to everybody who's doing Thanksgiving differently. I hope that I can steal some of your ideas. I'm glad Halloween is canceled. I actually love Halloween, y'all, because I love candy. So I adore Halloween. I've never really been like a scared kid kind of deal. And my dad used to always take me to like the Queen Mary and Not Scary Farm and horror nights and stuff like that. So growing up, I was very, very exposed to Halloween, because that was my dad's favorite holiday. But now that I'm older and I have kids, like, this shit is not fun. It's just a big old day for them. And my daughter has no costume. And guess what I'm about to do, y'all? I'm actually about to go and buy that child a costume. And she's not going no type of trick-or-treating. She's not going anywhere but to my daddy's house. And I don't care. She wants to be dressed like Elsa, so I'm dressing my child up like Elsa. And it's like a third year in a row. Like, my daughter is going to be Elsa or Moana. There's really no in between. So yeah, I'm about to go buy my baby probably some stupid ass overpriced $50 costume at the Halloween store across the street from my studio. I'm gonna pick up my baby her costume just so she won't be disappointed, and she can get dressed. And that's about it. That's about it. Don't know what movie we're watching. Maybe we'll watch Nightmare Before Christmas, because that's a Christmas Halloween movie. But yeah, trick-or-treating's a no. I understand everybody's has different positions about the state of our country and what we should be doing and not doing. But at the end of the day, it's like, do what's best for your kids and what's best for your family. Now, if you don't believe in COVID or whatever, then, I guess you have that right. But, maybe you think that trick-or-treating is cool and fun and dandy. But I saw a Facebook friend post today that her 2-year-old granddaughter was diagnosed with it. So I think that we're really gambling a lot with our children and our own lives and our own safety. So regardless if you think it's real or not, you don't have to think zombies are real, but when one, is eating your family member's head off in the other room, it's kind of insensitive to say that zombies are still not real. So yeah, whatever, I don't know, but do what's best for your home, and it's good, and it can't do any harm if you stay indoors and you find more family time rather than outdoor time. I saw in Colorado, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's in Colorado, but they're not that harsh about masks, but they allow you guys to have comfortable outdoor time. I don't know, I feel like I read an article or something about Colorado's cases not being as high as the rest of the nation's cases, and they were doing like an outdoor kind of thing. Like, if you're inside, of course you gotta wear your mask, but if you're outside, we're more lenient about masks as long as you're going outside and getting some fresh air. I don't know, but if I'm wrong, or I read that wrong, or I was reading about Washington or something instead, correct me. And then you guys heard me tell my daughter the other day that she's in 3rd grade. She just started 3rd grade, and I don't want her to go back to school until 4th grade. Now, I do get people are trying to send their kids back in January. Y'all, like, I get it. Some of you guys are going crazy with your kids. Like, I totally understand. But honestly, like, I'd rather go crazy with my kids at home than send my kids to school, and then the next week, now we are in quarantine again because 18 kids brought the virus to school, kind of deal. And which we have already seen this happening in other states and counties. So I'll let everybody else's kids be guinea pigs, but me and mine, we're kind of staying out of the public, which sucks. Like, it does have its disadvantages, but I just think it's safer for us, for my home. So for your home or for your kids, if it's safer for the country to still stay shut down. I understand everybody wants to work and make money and all that good stuff, but it might just be a safer alternative for us to, buckle down. But what do I know? My ancestors just built this country. I'm getting that on a shirt if y'all haven't noticed. I got these zebra sanding bands from Amazon the other day, y'all. I don't know who they're by, but I will give you guys I will put it in my what's that thing called? My Amazon store, where I got my sanding bands from, because I like these ones. Now, sanding bands, I really think it's this way across the country, but I may be wrong. But in California, you can only use a sanding band one time. You cannot reuse it on other clients. You cannot disinfect it or sanitize it or anything like that. You have to use it on that one client and throw it away when that client is done. If, say, State Board, now this is in California, if State Board walks in and you're not servicing a client and there is a sanding band on your e-file, and you're not even servicing anybody, it's automatically a fine. Because it will be considered a used sanding band, and obviously it's not in use, nor is the person that you were using it on still in your presence, so it's automatically a fine. So these are one and dones. You use it one time and you never use it again. So it's okay if it's not as amazing as it was on the 10th nail as it was on the first nail, because you're going to throw it away anyway. But for the 10 nails and for what I use it for, which is just blending the surfaces, the grit doesn't go down quickly. The grit is consistent, and yeah, I like them. I believe they are, it says 150 grit. I like a 120 grit, a little bit more coarse, but it's up to you on what you're comfortable with. This 150 grit is perfect. If I just want to speed up my process, I use a lower grit, a more coarse grit. think that is calling me. Sorry if you're watching my live and you called me just now and I sent you the voicemail. I don't know your number. Text me your name and I'll decide then if I would like to continue ignoring you or not. Okay, I'm going to do a quick swipe with acetone. Sorry guys, I'm using a different top coat today because I took a bunch of my stuff home and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to take all of my top coat. Maybe I was gonna refill my bottles. I don't know what I was thinking in that moment, but whatever I was thinking dumb because I was like, oh shit, I don't have any top coat. I got mad top coat. I got mad top coat for days, but I have no clear top coat. So I have a bottle tilt over on its side right now, giving me the last of what it's got. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to be doing some 3D art today. Not done, I know. I'm going to do some 3D art, and then I'm going to get out your face. Some crystals, and then I'm going to get out your face. I'm going to let you guys have a happy Halloween, and make sure you guys come back later and check out my video. This is my number, I don't know, it's like a 4 or a 6. and it's from Amazon. You just want a small brush that's pointed. That's gonna help. Put some acetone in my monomer to make it set quicker. Alright, y'all, so I'm just gonna go over these negative space parts underneath her nail. Just a very, very, very thin coat. You don't want to put too much top coat underneath. Okay. I'm going to pull out my crystals. And I'm using brush on glue from Princess Nails. I don't know how long I've had it, but I've had it for a while. And it wasn't expensive. And yeah. I kind of use any kind of brush on resin now. I used to only use one kind, but my secret to my crystal staying on is not the glue, it's more so the resin activator that I apply after the glue. So I'm just going to spice these up with some crystals. Sorry guys. Resin activator, glue dry spray. You can get it from Sally's. It smells fucking terrible, but it works, y'all. Okay, guys, now I'm going to show you guys the glow real quick. Okay, go ahead and put that hand in. I'm going to turn my lights off as low as they'll go. Glow nails, ctones.com. We got the drip for sale. Alright, guys. Okay, I love you guys. I'm gonna show you guys the finished result later. I'm going to do her 3D flowers on her other hand, but I'm going to record that process so that I can post the sped up video for you guys later. But I love you. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Thank you so much for supporting me and my business. Those of you who have sent me stars, sent me likes, comments, shares, all that stuff, I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. God bless. See you later, and happy Halloween.